Now imagine sitting in an airplane at 35,000 feet when suddenly the passenger next to you starts groping you. It is a scary situation that appears to be happening more often. Now, some angry passengers and flight attendants are demanding that airlines do a better job responding to sexual assaults in the sky.
About 3 hours into the flight, as I was falling asleep, I felt a hand in my crotch.
He grabbed my arm and my side right under my left breast.
He started to touch my leg, stroke my leg, tickle it.
He grabbed my upper thigh, in my the crotch area.
All these women say they were sexually assaulted on different flights, and all say the airlines did not do enough to protect them. Allison DeVlatse was on a Delta flight when she says a man groped her.
I hit him and started to try to get out of the seat. He grabbed me again. I hit him again. And the third time he hit me as I was trying to get away.
DeVlatse says she had a panic attack and ran down the aisle to the flight attendants.
And they weren't sure what to do. They asked me what I wanted them to do, but in that moment I wasn't thinking clearly.
DeVlatse says the crew eventually moved her to another seat, but tried to get her to move back next to her attacker for landing. She refused. She says the airline did not call law enforcement and the man just walked away. Delta would not comment on the incident, but sent an email to ABC7 News saying, in part, "We continue to be disheartened by the original event Ms. DeVlatse described. Delta says it does train crews to handle harassment and assault." Ayanna Hart was on a different Delta flight when she says she was groped by a man who was drunk.
The flight attendant said, "Oh, don't worry about him. He flies with us all the time. He's Delta Platinum."
Hart sued Delta and SkyWest, claiming the crew failed to prevent continued groping and kept serving a belligerently drunk passenger. But a judge ruled Delta is not responsible because SkyWest actually operated the flight for Delta. The case against SkyWest is moving forward. Neither airline would comment.
Gentlemen,
Yeah.
come on.
This cell phone video was taken on a United flight in December when a man was accused of groping other passengers. In this case, law enforcement was called, and the man was charged with disorderly conduct. But just how often do these incidents happen? No one seems to know. We checked the major Bay Area airports and found that they do not track in-flight sexual assault or harassment, and none of the 6 largest airlines will provide statistics or talk on camera. The FBI has jurisdiction over in-flight sexual assault. The number of investigations is up 65% in the past 4 years, but many cases are not investigated because they are not reported.
I would definitely encourage any flight crew that knows of a crime that happened on board to notify law enforcement.
The Association of Flight Attendants says crews are in a tough spot. In a union survey last year, 20% of flight attendants who responded said they had witnessed or taken a report of passenger sexual assault. But 86% had no knowledge or were uncertain about airline policies on how to respond. Crowded planes may add to the problem.
There's the ability, being so close together, for the perpetrators to have an oops factor there. Oops, didn't mean to touch your breast. Oops, didn't mean to put my hand on your leg.
A new bill now making its way through the U.S. Senate will require airlines to do additional training and report statistics on sexual assault. In the meantime, there is something you can do.
We need to call on all of the traveling public to say that this is not okay, to use their eyes and ears to look out for it, and to also respond to flight attendants and be willing to step up and help us move passengers around so that anyone who may experience this can be in a safe place.
If you experience sexual assault on a plane and the airline does not call law enforcement, the FBI says call 911 before you leave the airport. And the major airlines sent statements about their policies concerning sexual harassment and assault. They are posted on abc7news.com, where you can also find local resources and information about your rights, either on a plane or anywhere else.